Hi mamas, here's a prenatal yoga practice that you can do at home with the props that you've got at home. So first thing that you would like is a blanket. Any kind of blanket, a towel, something like that will work. If you've got a bolster, great, but you certainly don't need an official yoga bolster. Maybe 2 pillows, 1 or 2 pillows would work just fine. Otherwise, you might have one of these as well. These boppy pillows, this could work as well for some extra cushioning. Certainly don't need it though. If you have yoga blocks, great. Otherwise, you can use 2 containers of Clorox wipes. You could stack a couple things of toilet paper. You could use a box. You could use some big mason jars. If somebody has already gifted you little packs of diapers, or you have them, you can use packs of diapers. By the way, this brand is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, I always say I don't have stock in their company. I swear, I'm just really amped about them. All right, so now that you've got the things that you need, feel free to pause, take a moment to get those things, and then come back. Okay, once you've got the things that you need, we're gonna start off in a supported child's pose. So you may opt to take your blanket right off the bat and unfold it once or twice so that you've got extra cushion under the knees. Bring your knees nice and wide and big toes to touch. So as we come forward in child's pose, you might have more than enough space for belly. Otherwise, if you'd like some additional support, you're welcome to take a block or 2, rest forehead on block. You can rest forearms on block. You can also use a pillow to rest down that way. But again, you want knees nice and wide so that belly's got lots of space in between, and then just lower forward into this child's pose shape. As you lower into your child's pose, feel free to take a little bit of movement. So maybe you rock and sway a little side to side, massaging the hips. Maybe you shake head, yes or no. I guess just no. Massaging the forehead into earth. And then just come to stillness for a couple breaths. Softening or closing the eyes. Allowing the belly to stay soft. Feeling the back and the hips expand. Taking this opportunity to check in with the physical sensations of the body, for better or for worse. Not judging, just noticing. Maintaining slow, steady breath. And then redirecting the mind's awareness to body and breath if it begins to wander. Take 2 more full deep breaths in this shape. And slowly take your time to make your way up to a tabletop position. So by tabletop, I mean hands and knees. We want wrists below shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're welcome to keep your blanket beneath the knees if that feels comfortable. And if you're having any discomfort in the wrists, like carpal tunnel, which is pretty common with pregnancy, maybe you can take some yoga blocks or some other kind of cushion beneath the hands to elevate the hands. You can also slide your fingers beneath the mat and curl it back. Okay. So, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips, fingers splayed nice and wide. As you inhale, keep the elbows soft as you lower the belly to lift head and heart. Come to a sway back. And if this is uncomfortable at all, try bending the elbows more. As you exhale, press the floor away, slight round in the back. Imagine giving baby a little hug. So not compressing, but a little activity in the abdomen. Inhale, lower belly, lift head and tail, gazing upward. And exhale, rounding spine, little hug to baby. Good. Take a few more like that at your own pace. This Vidalasana cat-cow flow. This is a great way to flex and extend the spine. And then also taking this time to spend time on hands and knees during pregnancy can be so valuable for a lot of reasons. One of which is that the spine for baby is one of the heaviest parts of baby other than the head. And this can allow gravity to be used to your advantage to guide spine to face toward the navel, so a more optimal position for birth. Okay. Take one more like that. Okay, then we're going to change this into some hip circles. So staying on the hands and knees, as you inhale, circle the hips forward, and then exhale, circle the hips back. So like as if you were moving back to child's pose, but not all the way. So inhale, circling pelvis forward. Exhale, circle back. Good. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Good. One more in this direction. And then slowly change directions. Good. Take two more like that. And slowly come back to hands and knees, hips over the knees. So keep hips over the knees the whole time as we walk the arms out in front of us, lowering forehead to earth. Come to puppy dog pose. So this is a great option instead of downward facing dog. You've got ample space for baby. It's a great stretch for the front of the body as well. Take a full deep inhale through nose. Exhale, sigh to let it go. Slowly walk the hands back in. Okay. Pressing into the mat with that right hand as you inhale, reach the left arm out to the side. And first we're just going to hold here. So the left arm's parallel to earth, gazing through the crown of the head. So nice neutral eye gaze out in front of you, not craning neck. So you're going to feel the abdominal muscles begin to kick in a little bit. Good. One more full deep breath here. Good. Then keeping the belly button toward the floor. Inhale, raise that left arm a little bit more. So twisting a little in the upper back, but not from the belly area. Good. Another full deep inhale in this open twist. Exhale, take that left hand, thread the needle pose. You can stop halfway, so left forearm is to the earth. Or you can go a bit further until left shoulder, left side of face are against the earth. Navel is going to stay neutral to the floor, so only twisting from the bra strap area up. That right hand can stay where it is, or you can walk the fingertips out in front of you a little bit. Slowly walk right hand back. And if you took that option, pressing into mat with right hand, inhale to reach the left arm all the way up to the sky. So open twist, belly button stays toward the ground. Exhale, float that left hand down. Good. Curl the toes under, slowly walk the hands in toward the knees. Option one, you can actually sit on top of the heels, getting a stretch in the feet. But if that's too much, you can come to a higher kneel. Just going to open and close the hands a few times. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists in one direction. And then the other. Good. Interlace the fingers, draw figure eights in one direction. And then change directions. Release the arms, inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. Exhale, palms press together, bend the elbows, drop the hands behind the head. Good. Reach the elbows to the sky, but keep a little bit of strength in the core. So imagine giving baby a little hug. Good, one more in-breath here. Exhale, slowly release the hands down. Coming to hands and knees, uncurl the toes, maybe tap the feet. From hands and knees, inhale, rock forward to a low plank. So shoulders go a little further past the wrist, hips go a little past the knees. Good. Inhale here, exhale, elbows tight to body, put just a teeny tiny micro bend in the elbows. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms, and exhale to hold. Inhale to lower the belly, coming to that sway back, so that cow stretch. Good. Exhale, round the spine, press the floor away, coming to cat. Good. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, either walk the hands out in front of you to come back to that puppy dog pose, or you can come to downward facing dog. So if you're, depending on where your blanket is, I might need to be careful for this. But in downward facing dog, from tabletop, hands would walk a full hands print past the shoulders. They would stay shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance apart at least, and then send the hips back. So coming to a wide downward facing dog, so there's lots of space for belly. And you're welcome to take a little bit of movement here if you'd like. Down dog is safe for the entire duration of pregnancy, but especially toward the end, so like toward the end of your third trimester, maybe just hold for 3 to 5 breaths, maybe even less. If you notice that it causes any lightheadedness, or if it triggers any like heartburn or indigestion, you can always skip it. Okay. Hold in stillness here for a full breath if you took this option. And slowly take your time to lower onto hands and knees. Good. So now we're going to press down deeply into the mat underneath that left hand. So left hand lines up with that left shoulder. Good. As you inhale, open the right arm out to the side. And just allow it to hover parallel to the floor. Lengthening through crown of head, just a couple of slow breaths here. This is a way to safely engage and strengthen the core that's not compressive at all during pregnancy. It's also a good strengthener for the back. Good, one more breath here. Next, inhale, reach the right arm to the sky a bit higher. So an open twist here. So twisting mostly from that bra strap area up. Belly button still relatively facing toward the floor. Inhale here, exhale, thread the needle pose. So you've got that right forearm can either stay to earth, so you've got shoulder over elbow. Otherwise, you're welcome to go further because this twist does not cross across the belly. So you could bring that right shoulder, right side of face to earth. Left hand can stay where it is, or maybe it walks out in front of you. And slowly walk the left hand back under the shoulder, pressing into mat with left hand. Inhale, unbind that right arm all the way up. Stack the shoulders. And then exhale, slowly lower that right hand back down. Good. Inhale, we're going to rock forward to that low plank. So shoulders go a little past the wrist, hips go a little past the knees. Elbows are tight to the body, lengthen through crown of head. Inhale here. Exhale, just a little bend into the elbows. Inhale to straighten. Good. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, lower the belly, sway back, soften the elbows, gazing upward. Exhale, round the spine, cat stretch. Inhale to center. Exhale, come back to puppy dog pose. You can come back to child's pose with knees wide, or you can come to down dog. So from tabletop, hands walk past the shoulders, feet hip distance apart, curling toes under, sending hips back. Couple of breaths here in whatever position you chose. And then slowly take your time to lower back down onto your hands and knees. Good. From here, grab your blocks or whatever you were using instead of blocks today. So again, Clorox wipes work really well. Most of us have those around right now. So something of that shape or height. Otherwise, if you have a lot of space, you might not need them, or depending on where you are in your pregnancy. But especially if you're further along, having this extra height is nice. So bringing them to the highest setting works really well. What we're going to do, I'm going to take the blocks, and you're going to walk them all the way off to the right side of the mat. So we're going to keep that right knee underneath the right hip. Or you know what, I lied, other way. Whoop. Walk them all the way off to the left side of the mat. There we go. Sorry about that, friends. So walk the blocks all the way over to the left side of the mat. And keep the left knee underneath the left hip. And then use your strength to slowly pull that right foot forward. So we've got right knee over the ankle, track between first and second toe, bellies to the inside of that right leg. So from here, you're welcome to open up that right block, move it a little bit further to the right. Either way, blocks are to the inside of that right foot. So it's a little bit different than pre-pregnancy. Make sure right knee is tracked over the ankle, track between first and second toe. Okay. So coming to your low lunge, nice 90-degree bend underneath that right knee. Alright, first just notice how this feels. If you don't already have that blanket underneath that back knee, you're welcome to do so. You're welcome to slide that under there at any time. Okay. I'm going to invite a little bit of movement here. So as you inhale, rock the weight forward, lifting head and heart, gazing up. Then exhale, pull the hips back, straight into that front leg. It does not need to be totally straight, just moving in that direction. Toes can stay lowered or lifted. Inhale, rock forward, lifting head and heart. Exhale, pull back, straightening into that front leg. Good. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Good. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Inhale, forward, coming to your low lunge here. If you're having a low energy day, keep hands on blocks. Otherwise, you're welcome to walk the hands up to the hips or up to that right thigh. If it feels comfortable and stable, maybe the hands come to heart. Or maybe you can extend them up to the sky. Good. So you're welcome to stay here in stillness. This is still a really strong shape that's going to be challenging for strength. If you'd like to challenge balance a little bit more, you can join me for a flow, knowing that it is completely optional and you can come to stillness with hands raised or lowered to the blocks or knee at any time. Take an inhale here, exhale, hinge forward, even if it's just a ½ an inch, and then reach the arms behind you. Good. Inhale, straighten the spine, reach the arms skyward. Exhale, hinge forward, bow down, arms behind. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Good. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Inhale, rise, holding here. Place the palms together, bend into the elbows, drop hands behind the head. Good. As you do this, bring a little bit of strength into the core. So imagine giving baby a little hug so that you're not over swaying the low back. Good. Inhale the arms skyward. Exhale, release the hands down to the blocks. Good. From here, you might have to be careful depending on where your blanket is. I'm going to straighten the back leg. Good. Coming onto the ball of that back foot. So I'm going to show you this without the blanket. So you'd have right foot forward. I'm not going to mirror you this time. So right foot forward. That left leg is straight and strong. Okay. Just gazing out in front of you. Slow, steady breath. Take a full deep inhale here. As you exhale, spin that right heel down. So you're creating, that left heel down rather. So you're creating your heel to arch alignment. So that right heel ends up with that left foot arch. Feeling strong equally through both legs. Use hands to blocks or slowly walk the hands up the right thigh before cartwheeling the arms up and over. Good. So coming to your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. I'll go back to mirroring you here. Okay. So you've got that right heel lined up with that left foot arch. Nice 90-degree bend in the right knee, gazing over the front fingertips if it's comfortable. Imagine giving baby a little hug, neutral tailbone down to the ground. Gazing over the front fingertips. Inhale, we're going to straighten the right leg, reach both arms up. And then exhale, open the arms wide, bend into right knee. Inhale, straighten right leg, arms raise. And exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale to lift. And exhale, lower. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hold here. Just gazing over those front fingertips. On your next exhale, lower that right hand to right thigh, or you can bend into right elbow, lower right forearm to right thigh, reach up and over with that left arm. So coming to a side angle pose. Okay. So if you lean into that right forearm and it feels like you're running out of space, just come onto right hand. So that'll give you more space in the side of the body for baby, especially as you're getting bigger through pregnancy. Good. Full in breath here. And hold on the exhale, staying strong equally through both feet. Inhale, arms open to warrior two. Exhale, hands slowly come to hips. Go straight into that right leg. Turn the both toes on the same direction first. Then both heels slightly in, toes slightly out. We're going to come to a goddess squat. So now we want to make sure knees and toes are tracked in the same direction. Neutral tailbone down to the ground, giving baby a little hug. Hands are welcome to stay on the thighs. Maybe they come to heart. Or maybe they cactus out wide. And we'll do a little bit of movement here. So inhale, straighten both legs, both arms lift up. Exhale, bend into elbows and knees. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, hold here. We'll just do a couple little pulses up and down. Strong legs are really helpful for labor. Promise. Good, just a couple more. Good. Slowly lower the hands to hips. Straighten the legs enough where you can guide that right foot back toward the front of the mat. Bring the left foot in slightly. Come back to that warrior two stance. Full deep inhale here. Exhale, bring hands to hips. Take as many steps, hops as you need to come to the front of the mat. So you'd all be facing the front of the mat. I'm going to face you. Bringing feet about hip distance apart. Feel yourself root down through the soles of the feet, lengthening through crown of head. Staying strong here in your mountain pose. Imagine giving baby a little hug. We want hips over the knees, over the ankles. Rolling shoulders back. And then bringing the chin back just a little so the ears are also over the shoulders. So tall, strong spine. Maybe the hands come slightly forward. From here, bring one hand to heart, one hand to baby. Coming back to your body and breath. Feeling the heart and the breath just move slow and steady. Take a full deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release out the mouth. Release the arms to the side, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. Exhale, slowly hinge forward at the hips. So slowly bend the knees, walk the hands down the legs, or you're welcome to dive low. Bring hands to the blocks or the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Okay. Hands can stay to the blocks as you step back one foot at a time. Doesn't matter which one because we're going to come to hands and knees. Once again, bring the hands to the floor. So wrists are below the shoulders. Inhale to lower the belly, lift head and tail, sway back. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come back to neutral. As you exhale, come to puppy dog pose, child's pose, or you can come to downward facing dog. Another full deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh to let it go. Slowly come back to your neutral tabletop position. Using your blocks or whatever you're using for additional height if needed, we're going to take the blocks and walk them off to the right side of the mat for realsies this time. Right knee stays under right hip. Use your strength to pull that left foot forward. So left knee is on top of left ankle, track between first and second toe, 90-degree bend in that left knee. Okay. Hands stay to blocks, blocks stay to the inside of left foot, lots of space for baby. Back toes can be curled or uncurled, your choice, and you're welcome to slide a blanket under that back knee. All right, preparing for a little movement, hands to floor or blocks at any height. Inhale, rock the weight forward, lifting head and heart. Knee can go a little past the ankle, but not past the toes. Exhale, pull the hips back, straightening into front leg. Does not need to be totally straight, just move in that direction. Inhale, forward, lift head and heart. Exhale, lean back, straight leg. Inhale, forward, gazing up. Exhale, pull back. One more like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. We'll hold here. So once again, we're going to bring that left knee over the ankle. Hands are welcome to stay to blocks. If it's comfortable and stable, walk them up to the hips, the thigh, the heart, or maybe you even extend them skyward. Staying strong through belly, neutral tailbone down. So imagine giving baby a little hug, but not necessarily compressing. Again, this pose itself requires a lot of strength and balance to hold this asymmetry in the lower body. Feel free to stay here. Otherwise, join for that gentle flow. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward at hips. Maybe it's just 1/4 of an inch, maybe it's a bit more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, reach the arms tall, bring palms to touch, bend into the elbows, drop the hands behind the head. Reach the elbows to the sky, but again, give baby a little hug, so not over swaying the low back. Inhale, arms reach up before lowering to the blocks. Straighten that back knee, pressing into the mat with the toes. So first just gazing out in front of you. Another full deep inhale here. Exhale, spin that back heel down, creating your heel to arch alignment. So left heel lines up with that right foot arch. When you're ready, hands walk up that left thigh. Then maybe cartwheel up and out. Coming to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Left knee stays in line with the toes, back leg straight and strong. Equal weight through both feet. Reaching out, gazing over the front, fingertips only if neck allows. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach both arms up. And then exhale, lower down, warrior two. Inhale to lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend into right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two and hold. Good. Then either bend into left elbow and bring left forearm to thigh, or just lower left hand to thigh as you reach up and over with the right arm. So feeling that length from the right pinky finger all the way to the outer edge of that right foot, sealing the right foot into the floor. So working on this side bend, great way to get a little extra length when you feel like you're running out of room later in pregnancy. Inhale, slowly come back up, neutral warrior two. Exhale, hands to hips. We're going to straighten into that front leg. First, bring both toes to the same direction. Then heels slightly in, toes slightly out. Bending back into our goddess shape. Making sure knees and toes track in the same alignment. Good, bending nice and deep. We'll start off by keeping the right hand to right thigh and then just reach up and over with the left arm. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower that left hand to left thigh. Inhale up and over with the right arm. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale up and over with the left. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale up and over with the right. Good. Slowly come back to center. Bring hands to hips. Straighten the legs. Take your time to come back to your warrior two, left leg leading. Then either a couple little steps, maybe one big step, bring you back to the front of the mat. Give it a little shake. Let that go. Feel yourself root down equally through both feet. Inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, dive low. Inhale, half lift, look out. And exhale, lower. Plant the hands to floor or blocks. Step back 1 foot at a time, returning to hands and knees. As you inhale, lower your belly, lift head and tail. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, come to puppy dog pose, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Two more full deep breaths here. And slowly lower the knees. And take your time to come to a comfortable seat. So as you come to a comfortable seat, feel free to use your blanket underneath your seat. You can also sit on top of a pillow if you'd like. Just start in a comfortable cross-legged position. Okay. Just allow the hips to sink low into the earth, lengthening through crown of head. And then allow the chin to drop to the chest. As you inhale, roll your right ear over to the right shoulder. You can stay here if you'd like a little more sensation. Walk the hands off the sides of the mat or off the sides of your legs, a little past the hips. Good. Next, exhale, bring chin to chest. And then inhale, roll the left ear over to the left shoulder. And then lower chin to chest. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, rolling to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale, roll over to the left. And then exhale to center. Slowly lift the head. Bring the hands to the legs and roll the shoulders back a few times. And then change the direction to roll forward a few times. Okay. We'll switch the crossing of the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms high and wide. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms to the sky. Pull the biceps back. Maybe you gaze up slightly. And then exhale, slowly lower the hands down. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and high. Interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top, the way that feels weird. Flip palms to sky. Pull the shoulders back, gaze up. Exhale, slowly release down. Lean back enough where you can bring soles of the feet together, knees apart. If you need more space, move the feet further forward away from the hips. Hands can come to toes, ankles, shins, or thighs. As you inhale, lift the knees a little bit. And then exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, little open. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open and hold. Slowly walk the hands behind you, staying up on the fingertips. Roll shoulders back, lift head and heart. And then exhale, hinge forward, just a small forward fold here. Use fingertips to propel you forward, staying tall through the spine. Good. Inhale, slowly come forward. Keep the right knee bent, lengthen the left leg long. Bring the right foot a little closer to the left inseam of the leg. Flex the left toes toward the face. Slowly walk the hands behind you. Roll shoulders back. Lift head and heart. Exhale, just little hinge forward. Aiming between the toes and the knee. Slowly rise up. Put a bend into the left knee. We're going to come into this kind of pinwheel shape. So you've got the right sole of the foot along the top of that left thigh. Inhale to sweep the arms wide and high. Exhale, as you lower, we're going to take that right hand back by the right hip, so slightly behind us. Press into the mat with the right hand. Reach the left arm up, so lifting through the front of the body. Maybe you stay here, otherwise you're welcome to lift the hips as well. You've got both shins to help lift you. And then exhale, slowly lower the hips. Lean back enough where you can switch the crossing of the legs. So you've got left knee bent, left sole of the foot along the inseam of the right leg, right toes flex back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fingertips come behind you, roll shoulders back, lift head and heart. Exhale, little hinge forward between the foot and the knee. Slowly rise up. Put a bend into that right knee, coming to that pinwheel shape. So you've got left sole of the foot along the top of that right thigh. Try to stay relatively level through the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand comes by the left hip. So you're going to lower that left hand down, reach up and over with the right arm, feeling length through the front of the body. Again, maybe you stay here, or maybe you can lift the hips. Again, you've got both shin bones to help support this lift. Exhale, slowly lower the hips and the hand down. And then just come back to any comfortable seat. Bringing hands to heart, or maybe one hand to heart, one hand to baby. Settling back into body. Closing the eyes. Feeling the gentle rhythm of the breath in the chest and the belly beneath the hands. Feeling that rhythm begin to steady and slow. Take a full deep inhale through the nose. release out the mouth. Good. We're slowly going to come into our Shavasana pose, our final posture for class today. You're welcome to stay in this seated shape if you'd like. Otherwise, a great option for pregnancy is to come onto your side. So whatever side provider is suggesting, you'll lay on that side. You can use a blanket or a pillow beneath head. You can use a blanket underneath belly. If you have a pillow or bolster, you can take the length from knees to ankles. So maybe you take your other blanket beneath baby. Maybe use your hand as a pillow. Good. So take as many steps as you need to come to a comfortable position. Otherwise, depending on your setup at home, you can make yourself a little ramp if you'd rather lay on your back. So that's what I did just because I had these props. So I would take one yoga block in the medium setting, one at the low setting, close to each other for the back part of my mat. Then I would take my bolster or several pillows to create this little ramp. I would slide a blanket underneath my seat to cushion my tailbone. Then I would scoot back against the bolster and lean back. So this way, I could be on my back safely during pregnancy without having to worry about extra weight being put on the vena cava. Okay. So come into any shape that feels comfortable and stable to you. One that you feel you can hold for several minutes, but know that you can give yourself permission to move and adjust as much as you'd like. You are not stuck here. Then allow the eyes to soften or to close. Settling back into your body. Feel your muscles begin to ease from head to toe. Allowing your breath to allow them to progressively ease. Filling the lungs on each inhale and each exhale, a wave of relaxation over the entire body. Releasing a little more tension, a little more stress. Feel your bones weigh heavy, supported by the earth and your props. Taking this time to thank yourself for all the hard work you've done today, both here in this class, but also every day out in the world, as you create this beautiful home within your body for both yourself and your baby. You're welcome to stay in this shape for as long as you'd like. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, mamas. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.